Hello out there, we're on the air. It's hockey night tonight. Tension grows, the whistle blows, and the puck goes down the ice. The goalie jumps and the players bump and the fans all go insane. Someone roars, Bobby scores at the good old hockey game. Oh, the good old hockey game is the best game you can name. And the best game you can name is the good old hockey game. Second period, where players dash with skates aflash, the home team trails behind, but they grab the puck and go bursting up, and they're down across the line. They storm the trees like bumblebees, they travel like a burning flame. We see them slide the puck inside, it's a 1-1 hockey game. Oh, the good old hockey game is the best game you can name, and the best game you can name is the good old hockey game. Take me where hockey players face off down the rink, and the Stanley Cup is all filled up for the champs who win the drink. Now the final flick of the hockey stick and the one gigantic scream. The puck is in, the Canadians win the good old hockey game. Oh, the good old hockey game is the best game you can name, and the best game you can name is the good old hockey game. Oh, the good old hockey game is the best game you can name, and the best game you can name is the good old hockey game. Oh, the good old hockey game is the best game you can name.
Presented by Scott Credit Union, your St. Louis Blues.
What the hell? It's just me and nobody's watching. This is the Hockey Fan Report. I'm Guy the Y Blues fan, and this is the show. If you want to talk hockey, we're here for you. If you don't, go away. I don't know, just having some fun, just seeing what's going on. I guess people didn't think we were on the air tonight because nobody's here. Oh, well, let's see what happens in a few minutes. If someone comes along, maybe we'll keep talking. If not, it'll be one of the shortest shows in the Blue Note Fan Report history. I don't know. I'm here. I'm having some fun. I'm talking. And what's really bad is today's a day to talk hockey, considering the apocalypse has come upon us. I mean, I can't think of anything else more like just out there nutso crazy than frickin' Tom Wilson being named to the All-Star game. I so want the Metro and the Central to make the finals. So Kadri and Wilson can go at it. Well, I mean, it's Tanner's here, but it looks like they're showing no one watching. So,
wow.
Yeah, well, I don't know if anybody's here or not. So, what I was talking about, and welcome. Sorry, maybe I sprung it on you late that I was doing a show. I don't know.
Yeah, you did kind of say every other night, so I was a little surprised. But I'm here. Yeah, I'm going to share it out. We'll get more.
Yeah, tomorrow though is no games.
Yeah.
Right. So there's no games tomorrow, and then Friday. And Saturday, Friday, I want to do a live during the All-Star Skills.
What time is the Skills? Because I work 11 to 7 on Friday.
Well, it'll just be me then. Hey, Shocky's here. Yeah, it's still showing me 0, though. So
yeah,
I guess
it's showing
those
me
numbers
0,
aren't
too.
Right. I guess those numbers aren't right. Yeah, I just seen a thing from a friend of mine that lives up in the Maryland Heights area. I guess they got about 4 or 5 inches of snow up there.
Yeah, I didn't get anything, really. Yeah. About an inch of ice.
Yeah, so I guess it all depends. I got Shockey here. He's over on the Illinois side. I guess the more northern you are, the more you're going to get. So we'll kind of see what happens. So today, Alexander Ovechkin tested positive for COVID. So he's missing tonight. He's missing the game tonight, but I still don't know how to say this. They made Tom Wilson a freaking all-star, right? I mean,
what?
There used to be this thing in. Did you ever read Sports Illustrated?
Yeah, I did as a kid.
Okay, do you remember they had this thing that, inside the numbers and quotes and things like that? Well, on the side of that, they had the sign "The Apocalypse is upon us." Right? Do you remember that little thing? Right?
Yeah, vaguely.
Right? And they would have like really weird things that happened in sports or something like that. This is the sign "The Apocalypse is upon us." Nazim Kadri and Tom Wilson are all-stars. I don't even know how to fathom that. I'll tell you what. I want the Central and the Metro to make the final game and have those two bump into each other. Right?
That would be a sight to see.
I mean, it may be the first game where you get someone who gets slew-footed or a fight. Right? And actually, I got to reach out to a buddy of ours. In 1974, in 1974, Gary Unger won the MVP for the All-Star game. Right?
Yeah.
And at the time, the MVP won a car from Chrysler. Right? Well, Gary had a deal with Dodge. So he had a Dodge Charger and another Dodge, like, not a Demon, but something along those lines, right? Another Dodge supercar. He sent me pictures of them. So he goes to Chrysler and says he ends up getting like a Trailblazer, right?
Okay, fair enough.
Pump it up, put wheels on it. That when Chrysler gives him the car, they also give him a cow.
A cow?
A cow.
Like Moo?
Did it at Chase Park Plaza. Right? If you're not from the St. Louis area or you're not, like, you haven't lived there your whole life, I don't know if the Chase is still around. But the Chase was like going to the Ritz in any other city. Right? It was the hotel. I think the average room in the Chase when I was a kid in the 70s and 80s was like $300 a night. Right? I mean, that's where, and here's the thing, that's where they had the Chase Park Plaza, is where they had wrestling at the Chase. Right? But that's where the stars stayed. That's where when someone came down there, that's where they stayed. Right? It was the place. So imagine bringing in a cow to that place. Let me, while we're talking, let's see if I can find this thing that Gary had posted out there with a picture of the cow. See if I can come up with something from Gary. I mean, Gary's a clown to begin with, but that's the car, but this doesn't have the comments in it. That's the Chrysler he won with the model, and she was like Miss Chrysler or something. I forget what her name was. And the All-Star game was in Chicago at Chicago Stadium, so that kind of added to it. Oh man, I don't know where that was that he commented on that. It might have been in one of the groups. My ear's bothering me now. I wish I could find it. Let me try something here. Go to the guy that originally posted it. I'm trying to do a quick research because I remember seeing it. It was so neat. There's been pictures in some of the groups of him with the cow. I just don't know where that is now. So, but yeah, it's kind of fun. It's kind of funny. He's God, I love the guy, man. Gary's one of those guys that really makes you want to be in the game of hockey, right? I mean, it makes you like want to do this because talking to him is so much fun.
I just sent one I found on Google real quick in the messenger.
Okay, let me look real quick. I just typed it up. Gary Unger and the cow. Let's see. It didn't come up. Let me see what you did. What did you do to me?
I'm trying to help.
I know. That's it. That's the place. Let me see if I can bring this up. It's on Twitter, I guess. I don't know if that's where I was commenting, though. I got to look and see, because there was somewhere that I was commenting, and I commented about... no, this isn't where the comments are. Yeah, but let me go ahead and show the cow. I don't want to show the guy's comments there, but... I don't know what the I think that St. Louis isn't going to get hit as hard as everyone thinks they are.
No, I don't either.
And here you go. Gary and his cow. Oh, I didn't want to show all of that.
Oh, well, you didn't say it, so.
Yeah, oh, well, yeah. So they gave him a cow, and he named it Chrysler for his farm. Right? Me and him talked about it. It was, I mean, come on, that's 70s hockey there, you know? That's what hockey was all about in the 70s. And not only that, I don't know if you watched TNT today. They had Jaromir Jagr on. His 50th birthday is today.
Oh, my goodness.
He's still freaking playing hockey.
Oh, I know.
Right? And they were asking him, like, if he could play, if he could play on a team today. And he said, no, they're too skilled. I like the tough game. It's like all the games today are like playing the All-Star game. And I didn't like playing in the All-Star game. I had to hand it to him, he was pretty good there.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Yeah. Let's see. Today was just a warm-up round. I know some areas got some. I know other areas didn't. I think down south, they in South St. Louis, Upper Arnold or Lower Arnold, whichever way you want to look at it, didn't get much. L.A.
Yeah, Barnhart hasn't gotten much at all.
Yeah. My nose is itching. Chris is here. Thanks, Chris. In the world of sports, let's talk a little world of sports today. Did you see what the Washington football team did today?
They announced their name.
Yeah, they named it after a high school football team. I mean, that's what it seems like.
Yeah.
Right? They named it the Commanders. That was my high school football. That was my high school mascot. Right? So
well,
yeah.
I get it. I mean, the commander in chief is there, so yeah. I get it.
That's the wrong name. Mm-hmm. Right? The right name would have been Senators.
No, I don't think that would have been a good one either.
I disagree because, hold on. For a while, there was a baseball team in Washington called the Washington Senators. And they sucked, and they ended up moving to Montreal. Mm-hmm. Actually, they didn't move to Montreal. They moved somewhere else. Baltimore. They may have moved up to Baltimore. I'm not completely sure, but I know they moved. I just think that calling the team the Senators after the baseball team, paying homage to that, is much better. Right?
You see, I disagree because it's a different sport, so they don't have to pay homage to that. I mean, I don't like the name that they have, and I don't like the Senators either. But I'm not from that area, so it really doesn't matter what I think.
No, I mean, it matters what everybody thinks, actually. I mean, it always matters what you think. Because really, when you name a team, see, this is one thing that, to me, like, see, I think, and look, I know that I'm going to reach out. So we have press credentials, or at least I do for now.
Mhm.
to St. Louis City Soccer, right? I'm interested how they came up with the name City, right?
Mhm.
Because it wasn't Baltimore. They were the former Browns. I know they moved. I'm just not sure where they moved to. I know they didn't go defunct. Um, I because there's so many other names that I think for a soccer team in St. Louis, especially a place that has a rich soccer history to begin with, than City, right? I mean, I'd really like to know. Oh, my GERD is really messing me tonight. I'd really like to know what went into the name St. Louis City Soccer Club.
By the way, to answer your question on where the Senators went, they became
Yeah.
the Minnesota Twins.
Oh, became Twins. Okay. I was sure. I knew it was somewhere like up northern,
Mhm.
but I wasn't completely sure. Jason's here.
Yay!
Jason's here. Now we all got to hide, get behind our hockey mask before he chops us up, right?
Oh God,
Yeah, I know. I'm bad.
he's nothing but a sweetheart.
I know. I'm having fun. We're all having
I
fun tonight.
know.
Um, Rams or Bengals? Oh, that's easy. That's easy. There's no freaking way I could root for the Rams. Absolutely none. Right? The I I I can't root for a trying to move my desk back a little bit to give me a little bit better view. So yeah, for me it's Bengals all the way. And I remember the Bengals when they were the Bungles. So I like when teams like that have their day, And it was the same thing like when the Rams went in 99.
Yeah.
It was the Rams having their day finally.
Uh-huh.
Or Arizona back in '08, I think it was, right? '08 or '09, '07, '08, I think, having their day. That was the same thing. So to me, it's a little bit now. That would have been '08, the '08 Super Bowl, I think. So yeah, so I get that a little bit. Hide your kids, hide your Wi-Fi. I no, I don't think the Cardinals were 12. Right? No, the Cardinals were earlier than that. I'm pretty sure the Cardinals were 2009, the 2008-9, right? And the reason I say that because I know I was in for a period there. I was down in Hilo or in Kona, and I'd only been in Kona if I was working for a certain company, and I left that company in 2010. So that's how I kind of know when it was.
Jason, I'm kind of with you. This season, I did take a different approach. My brother was a huge Packers fan, and because he died, I was kind of cheering on the Packers. But now that they're out, I don't care. I'm a hockey girl. I don't like football.
Yeah, no, I get it. The Bengals' first Super Bowl, Pitt won. Pittsburgh and the Bengals. It wasn't. No, the Bengals played 49ers.
Mm-hmm.
The Bengals played the 49ers, and that was the John Candy game, right? And that's the big story there. So they're at the end of the game when they're needing that, the drive, right?
Mm-hmm.
They have an extra long timeout, and Joe Montana's in the pocket with everybody, and they're kind of like, they're nervous. He can tell they're all nervous and that. He looks up in the stands and he sees John Candy. So he tells everybody, hey, look, there's John Candy. And everyone kind of looked, and it changed the...
They weren't so anxious anymore.
So it changed it out. So he was saying Ben is in Ben Roethlisberger. Okay. That would have been... Oh, man, I think that was in 1994, 95. Roethlisberger, he's been around for a while. No, it wouldn't have been that. It would have been a little later than that. Arizona versus Pittsburgh. Okay. Yeah, okay, I get it now. But I'm thinking Pittsburgh played, I want to say Pittsburgh and Dallas played a Super Bowl like in 96 or 97, somewhere around there. 95 or 96, somewhere around there. Both Brady and Roethlisberger have tied. right?
Mhm.
Yeah. So, and Brady played 22 years. 22 years. 99 was his first season. That
Mhm.
or not 99, 01. 01 was his first season. So 001 actually, well, that was the first season as a starter. I think he was on the team a year before that. Amazing career. Oh, I even seen somebody try and bring it up. Brady's a hockey dad, right? Um, that Brady wasn't a Hall of Famer. Brady's going to get it. Brady
Oh,
should
he's
be
the
one of the.
goat.
Oh yeah, Brady should be like so. What they did when Wayne Gretzky retired and when Mario Lemieux retired, the NHL waived the 3 year the 3 year wait period, and
Uh-huh.
put them immediately in. The NFL should waive that period and put Brady in the next one, right? I mean, they
Mhm.
really should do it. They should just waive it and put him right in, not wait. You know, there's certain guys where you should do that.
I agree. With Ben Roethlisberger, his first Super Bowl was 2005. He didn't even get drafted until 2004, so he wasn't
Oh
in the
wow.
90s. That's where I was a little
Okay.
off
Yeah.
because I
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
like, he's only like 3 years older than me.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No, I had it wrong. But I know in the mid
Mhm.
'90s, Dallas and Pittsburgh played a Super Bowl together that I think
Yeah,
Dallas won.
yeah,
Right.
but it
It's
wasn't
one of the
with
Troy Aikman triplet
Roethlisberger.
years. Yeah.
Mhm.
So that's what I was thinking of. Used to be a Brady fan. Now I'm sorry I was. I'm not sure
No,
why. I
I
mean,
mean, Brady was so awesome that it was like you wanted the other teams to win because he was winning so much, but it doesn't take away the fact that he was probably the most skilled quarterback of our time.
yeah. No, if the Rams were still in St. Louis, obviously I'd be. I mean, we'd be talking St. Louis. I'd be having a football show. I'd be having a football show to go with because I know enough, barely. But yeah, so I know enough. I could.
I mean,
I
I
want
could too, but
to. Our buddy Jeremy Karp over at I-70 Sports, they
mhm,
announced a new podcast today called Roundabout Sports. I'm not sure where they're going to have it on,
mhm,
but check out I-70 Sports on Facebook and give them a follow. Hopefully they'll have me on as a guest sometime. I'd appreciate that from them.
mhm.
So if you're wondering how much practice the Blues are getting in right now, I can tell you. If you're on Instagram, follow Yana Tarasenko. She's having a great time right now, and trust me, she's not in the snow.
Mhm.
Bushnevich might even be here in Hawaii, right? That picture with the coconut, I think I know where that is.
Yeah.
I think I do. I think he's on Maui, right?
Mhm.
Uh, well, Tanner brings up more of a Manning and a Warner fan. I want to know if anybody out there seen the Warner movie, because I haven't seen it yet.
I
And
haven't
I was
either.
wondering if you've seen it, what you thought of it.
She's
I
going
knew it,
punch
and I had no clue. I could tell by the tone of Guy's voice. I'm not sure what you're going with there, Jason.
about how little practice.
Oh, yeah. uh, punch you in the face.
You gonna punch me or you gonna punch him?
Me, probably. Don't ruin. Don't ruin. It's a strip by fangirl. I'm not on Maui, so. Oh, the zero practice. Yeah. No, those guys are not. They're not coming back till after the All-Star break. They told them, go relax.
Mhm.
Right. That is a definite. They told them, go enjoy yourself, and that's what they're doing. Right.
Yeah,
I'm thinking they'll be back on Monday,
probably.
Tuesday at the latest, but I'm thinking
Mhm.
Monday. Right. Fly back on Sunday, come in Monday, ready to work. Right. That's what I'm thinking. I don't. I want to say that I'm cautiously curious about what's going to happen in the second half.
I am as well, but I think that I am more optimistic.
Right. Weather should
I
be clear by then. Right. Well, it's hard for me to be optimistic because, first of all, the break. It's too long.
It
You're
is a
talking
long
about
break, but with them being able to bond now, I think that cohesion that we saw is going to come back.
maybe, but got to remember, and I thought about this after you said this, right?
Hmm.
The NHL took away that right in that period that the Blues did really, really well,
Hmm.
right? So they took it away early January. So right after Bennington got COVID
Hmm.
is when they took it away, and that period in December, the Blues had a really good December, right? I think the Blues. I mean, the Blues. That's the most point. I think got 16 points in December, right? 15 or 16 points in December, and I think that's what they ended up getting in January.
Hmm.
And they missed a couple of games. So, the bubble. Not really sure about that. I don't know. I have so Friday the skills competition is at 7:30 Eastern, which would be 6:30 Central.
Sorry, man.
And Saturday is the All-Star game is at 3 p.m. Eastern, which is 2 Central, which is what? 10 my time. So Lambert, if you're available on Friday to do the skills competition, let me know. Otherwise, I'll do it by myself.
Sorry, man. I work 8 to
No
4
issues, man.
the rest of the weekend too. So I mean, I just
Yep, no issues whatsoever. You know, you got to do what you got to do. You know, I may have to go back to work as much as I don't want to, but
I think that like on Saturday and Sunday for the most part, I do work like 8 to
Yeah.
4. So when the games start, I might be able to, sporadically be on the weekends. I know Fridays are 11 to 7, so that might mean
Yeah.
that I might miss a pregame and then come in at the intermission.
Intermission, yeah, or the
So I mean, it won't be like I'm gone. I just won't be as consistent on weekends.
Yeah, no. Shocky's got. Oh no, Chris, I was talking about Lambert. But yeah, I would take you too, bud.
I mean, yeah, I would love to watch a Shockey show.
Oh my goodness. Oh, I agree with you there, Jason. I agree with you.
But kids need me to bring in some money for them, so here I go.
Yep. Oh no, I get it. I get it. Any other states required to wear a mask inside any building? Hawaii does, right? Hawaii does unless you're eating, right? Mm-hmm. We still do. I think Missouri. Missouri's kind of like. I'm not sure if Missouri does or not. Do they?
I mean, for sporting events, like we do have to wear it when we go to Enterprise, but not in the grocery stores. They're optional.
Optional now.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I see it. I think you're going to get more of that because they're seeing that Omicron now itself is not deadly. It is filling up hospitals, and that's a concern. But overall, it's not deadly.
Thank you, Travis.
Hey, Travis.
Love you, guy.
Oh my goodness. Let's get back to a little non-hockey stuff as we're going along. What did you think of that little poem I wrote?
I really enjoyed it.
Right. I put that poem out in some veterans groups. It got some good stuff. Do you think that's what I should submit for my writer's workshop?
I think it would be a good choice.
Yeah. I think submitting something that's short, sweet, and shows how I write, it might be the best way to go. Oh, no, and we haven't, Marianne, and you bring up a good thing. So Marianne brought up something yesterday to me, and it's something I think we can talk about. So the Arizona Coyotes are going to be playing next season, as of now, in a 5,000-seat stadium for the college, for ASU.
Mm-hmm.
And the owners are pissed off. Right?
Yep.
And she wanted to know what that meant. Well, here's what it is, Marianne. Hockey, just like baseball, in baseball, if you your revenue has to hit a certain level. If your revenue doesn't hit a certain level, everyone knows that baseball has this luxury tax, right? So if you spend a certain amount over that amount, you pay a luxury tax on it.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me, damn it. And that luxury account goes down to the lower teams. Well, the owners, the ones that are getting this, are upset because this guarantees that Arizona will get it, and they were already getting it, but they're going to get more. And they might be selling out. And it's too small of an arena for an NHL team. The smallest arena is Winnipeg at 15,000. Right?
Mm-hmm.
How do you go to a 5,000? Now, right now, they're selling 11,000 tickets, right, in a 18,000 stadium. So they have problems. And especially the other thing is the fact that there's so many other cities out there that want this team, right, that could sell 18,000 seat arenas and fill them up. So it really is. I understand. You know what? I'm with the owners on this one. I really am. The owners of the Arizona Coyotes have done nothing but F this up.
Yes.
Right? I think they should be forced to sell and sell it to put it to open bid or whatever, but they need to be forced to sell. And if you don't want to move them, well, you tell the team you got 3 years. If you can't build a team, legitimately build the team and the fan base in 3 years and fix the thing with Gila Arena, okay, then you can move. Right? But to me, I just don't think that this is I just don't think that this is I just think that the political games that are being played here are hurting the league. Right? Mm-hmm. And at a time when the league is starting, and the other thing that a lot of the owners are talking about is right now finances are really tough on everybody because of COVID. Why do we got to put more money to a team that's not even going to try?
Mm-hmm.
Right? And that it's upsetting. Right?
It is. It really is
upsetting. And I'm on the owner. Believe it or not, this is one of those few times that I think I'm on the owner side.
Well, it's not even just the owners that are upset, the players too, because they have to make a certain amount and then pay back the owners. And if they don't, then it comes out in an escrow account. Yeah. So if they're not filling a stadium like they should be filling, like a regular NHL stadium, the players get that taken out of what they make. Yep. So it pisses the players off too. And
it's going to be. You know what? I would tell them this: if you want to do that, that's fine. You make up the revenue for an 18,000 stadium. So whatever the revenue would have been, you're going to put that into the pot. Mm-hmm. And no, it is a red tape bureaucracy. But in this case, I think it's more the owners just not knowing what they're doing. I really do. Yes, they have. They have taken control of them a couple of times, actually. Right? There's a question. There's an interesting thing. Did you guys know that the NHL once took control of the Blues?
No.
Can anybody tell me when and why? I'm going to see if someone knows. The NHL at one time took over the Blues. Because I've asked this question before. I think when I first started doing this, I did a trivia question. And I asked a question there, and a few people knew what it was. The question I asked was, what year did the Blues make the least amount of draft picks, and why? And I know the answer, and I want to see if anybody else does. Marianne, I know you know it, so you're not allowed. You're out. Right? Remember, just because, now tanking, you only dropped down to third. No, it was not 08. Not 08. Nope. 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 Jason, not then either. So I've talked about it before. I know I have. I even did a thing when I was connected to the podcast that shall not be named, and he who shall not be named, when I did Aloha commentary for them, I talked about this. I talked about this a lot. So yes, that you, Tanner, I don't think you're old enough to know. I know that this happened. Actually, Tanner, no, you are old enough to know.
I'm probably not old enough to know.
No, you're not. Right? You're not. Nope, not the Keenan era.
If I were to guess, I would say probably 1980.
Close. You're in the ballpark.
Mm-hmm.
You're in
Was
the
it
ballpark.
when we were going to get sold to Saskatchewan?
Bingo! 1983. 1983, Ralston Purina decided that they were done with the Blues and that they were going to just get rid of them. Well, they had sold them to an investor group who was going to move the team to Saskatchewan. However, 83 wasn't our worst year, not even close. However, the NHL vetoed it. Right?
Mm-hmm.
They vetoed it, and when the draft, so when they vetoed it, Ralston Purina handed the keys to the arena and the Blues to the NHL and says, "There's yours. They're yours. You do with what you want." That's when Harry Ornest came in and bought the team, but he bought it after the 1983 draft. So the Blues, Purina, didn't send anybody to the draft. So when the Blues came up, they just passed them.
Mm-hmm.
Right? They just passed them. So nobody went to the draft. So the Blues drafted absolutely nobody in 1983.
Fair
Little
enough.
history lesson.
I'm kind of surprised I remembered it, but it was just a guess because I know I've read about the almost sell.
Yeah.
The almost move.
Yep. It's happened. I mean, every time that the Blues have come up for sale, that, you know, that gets brought up.
Mm-hmm.
It definitely came up when the Lowrys. Now you want to talk about someone screwing up, right? Of all the owners that we've had, right? Like if I had to list the owners, if I had to go through all the owners that we've had, the owner that screwed up the most to me was the Lowrys, right? And the one thing that they did, first of all, they overspent. They paid. I mean, they paid too much for the team to begin with. Then they were part of that spending extravaganza, right? They kept that so Shanahan started it, and these guys, and they extended it, and they were paying guys more than they could afford, right? And then no, I don't think so. I don't think so with the Coyotes, but the Lowrys got someone to help them sell the team, and the thing that he thought that they should do was dump salary to make the team look profitable. The thing that made the team profitable was the 25-year playoff streak, not the salaries.
Yep.
I would have adjusted to ensure that you could. I wouldn't have dumped the big salaries. I would have adjusted the middle salaries because you can find gems in the rough there. I would not have traded Pronger.
Nope.
Now, trading Pronger got him a cup, you know, put him in the Hall of Fame basically. And for him, it was a great move, right? Was supposed to be a rich guy doing the Detroit job on our franchise. Yeah, right. It was a guy that they gotten who had done corporate buyouts or things like this before. The thing is, the group that bought the team before this ownership group was already there. They were already there. They were already interested in buying. All you did was lower the sell price.
Yep.
Right? You actually hurt yourselves. That group was there. They were going to buy the team. They wanted the team. They wanted a St. Louis ownership. Right? The thing I did for that podcast I said the Walmart money has been shit money for St. Louis sports fans.
Yes, it has.
Right. And you had the Lowrys who were from Walmart money. You have Kroenke who married into Walmart money. You know, and all Walmart money is done is destroy what we had.
Absolutely.
Right? And the other thing, like Bill Bidwell. So a lot of people don't understand Bill Bidwell screwed up something fierce, right? Bidwell would have gotten a new stadium built. Random question, but when did the whole thing with corporations owning naming rights to arenas and whatnot start? I still can't get over calling the amphitheater Riverport. Actually, I want to say, man, that happened in the 60s, right? So when Anheuser-Busch, I don't think they were the first one to do it, but they were one of the first. When they bought the Cardinals in 1964, I think, or 65, maybe even 66. No, because I think the original Busch opened what we call the original Busch Stadium opened in 1966. Anheuser-Busch bought the Cardinals in Sportsman Park, I want to say in 64, and then went to work on Busch Stadium. They changed the name of Sportsman Park to Busch Park, or Busch Stadium, actually, and then moved the name to the second Busch Stadium. And then when the Cardinals moved here, now, that was the height of Cardinal baseball in St. Louis, right? When Augie Busch Jr. bought that team, when Anheuser-Busch, when Gussie Busch bought that team, you absolutely knew he was going to do whatever it took to bring a winner there, right? And he was a racist also, right? And I'm sorry, but again, you got to look at his age and things like that, where he was born and grown up and all of that. Wrigley might have been, Wrigley was named back in the 30s, so it's quite possible. And it was named for Wrigley Gum, right? And Wrigley Gum was named for Wrigley. So actually, it was Wrigley Field was named after the owner of the company more than it was Wrigley. So it kind of rolls both ways there on that one. I think it was Gary Templeton, didn't take his hat off during a national anthem. And Gussie went absolute nuts. And in the paper said that and will never play for me again, and traded him the next day. Right? I mean, that was, now the paper, it was a quote, but it wasn't a supported quote. So I need to make sure that I say that, right? The writer said that this was what he was told, and he used "N" with the line across it. I don't know, maybe somebody can come up with that, but he was not happy. And you got to understand, in the 80s, in the mid 80s, early 80s to mid 80s, a majority of the people that were going to baseball games were World War II vets, right? They were World War II vets. They were Vietnam vets. They did not take kindly to not respecting the flag, right? And I have a different opinion on that, but that's just me. But what patriotism meant to them was different, and I understand it, right? It was a different time. It was a different way of thinking. No, you didn't cause an uproar. Actually, it gave us a good conversation, because I didn't think we were going to get 30 minutes today, especially when I signed on for 20 minutes and I was the only one talking. So, excuse me. But I want to say it was either Gary Templeton or Lonnie Templeton. It was one of the Templetons. I think we had two Templetons for a while. Right? Hey, this is open fan, man. So you guys talk about what you want. Without Jackie, the sport would be completely racist. That's a fact. All the love. No, that's a true statement, right? Jackie in baseball, you had, and now I'm going to go completely blank. Oh, in hockey, what's his name? I can't think of his name now. From Boston. They just retired his number. Oh, I can't think of his name now.
Man, I want to say it's Willie something.
Willie O'Ree.
That's right.
Willie O'Ree. Basketball was actually the now I don't know who in the NBA, but in basketball, it was, I want to say the college was either Texas Western or Texas Christian. Mm-hmm. When they went with the all 5 black guys to beat Kentucky. Back then you were allowed to, you quote unquote were allowed to have one black guy on your team. So, you know, that was kind of the way it was moving. And I think that was in the 50s. Mm-hmm. Oh, it's Jeremy. Hey, Jeremy, we were talking about you and your new podcast earlier. Mm-hmm. Congratulations, you guys. You know, I told guys to follow I-70 Sports and let you go. Do the first hockey games they are set to play tonight for the Olympics? The women, yeah, they actually started the Olympics today with the curling tournament. Some of those tournaments go because my head is full of useless shit. That I was at therapy today.
Yes,
right? I was at therapy today, and yes, I go to therapy. I don't hide that. And I was talking about. Reading the book.
Thanks,
thank you, Jeremy. I was talking about the difference between books and movies, and I talked about reading the book, Field of Dreams. Mm-hmm. And how the movie, for me, I can't watch the movie because of reading the books. They beat him in mixed doubles. I think it's called mixed doubles curling, like mixed doubles bowling. Okay. So one guy, one girl, 2 guys, 2 girls. So I think that's what it is. Kenny from down there in Australia. No, is Kenny in Australia or is he in England? He's in Australia.
No, he's in Australia.
In Australia, he's an Aussie. Love your knowledge, Guy and Ashley. So, and I was talking about how in the book there was a lot of stuff that they took out for the movie that really took away from what the book meant. And I remembered out of nowhere that in the book, the author was J.D. Salinger. And the book that he wrote, the thing that he wrote that they talked about was Catcher in the Rye. And Catcher in the Rye was a baseball book. He was catching the kids in the outfield in the rye, right? And the fact that I could just, and I haven't read that book for 25 years, right? Jeremy, I agree with you. Well, they officially start, the opening ceremony is Friday. I thought they started Friday. No, the opening ceremony is Friday. They actually started today. The tournaments, there's so much to do in the tournaments, they start them before, right? So everything ends at the ending, and then they have the Paralympic Games a month later. So yeah, so out of the blue, a book that I read 25 years ago, right? I remember, and then I remembered another book I read some 20 years ago, something like that, Red Rabbit. and now Red Rabbit was not a sports book; it was a Tom Clancy book, right? And I had read that. So, well, we are in the Olympics. We're just see. I think USA is wrong here. I think we're wrong. I actually think you're sending the wrong. I think you're politicizing something that shouldn't be politicized, and you're actually hurting. You're not. First of all, what they did is they said that they were not, that Olympic athletes could go, but they weren't going to get supported by the USA Olympic Committee. That is horseshit. absolute horseshit. Well, I don't know how good the other random shit really is there, Kenny.
I mean, it's entertaining for us. We got 10 viewers.
Yeah. Oh, wow. I guess. Yeah. The stones originate from one place on Earth. Yeah. I can't remember where it is. The granite stones, they only get them from someplace in Canada, if I remember right. I heard that before. I don't have a full thing on it. So, but actually they have synthetic stones now. Competition stones only come from one place. Synthetic stones come from somewhere. Other stones can come from somewhere else. Oh, Ireland. Okay. Ireland. I'm wrong. Oh man, I just forgot what I was talking about. A quarry in Scotland. So either Ireland or Scotland, one of the two. I'm pretty sure my son can tell you, but he's in bed and he's 8.5. Oh my goodness. What a fun night. I think I'm a little buzzed. Well, with Jason, with no disrespect, I'm pretty sure you are.
Oh God.
Ireland. Oh, so Shockey changed it, so it's Ireland. Yeah. Okay. St. Louis Blues vacation. Yes, that's what it is right now. There, Brad. Welcome, Brad. Welcome back. Thank you, Jason. And you know, if I say something about you, Jason, it's in love and jokingly, right? So I want you to know that, and that's just part of it.
And if he gets out of line, I'll slap him for you.
Yeah. Let's go Sweden. Oh my goodness, the things we talk about. Actually, so for the hockey, I think this is going to be one of the few years where hockey is wide open. Right? It's wide open. Yep. Because there are teams that are sending professional players, full-on professional players. I know enough to be dangerous, Brad. I know enough to be dangerous. But some countries are going to send some teams out there. I feel sorry for China. They're going to get waxed.
Oh, yes.
All right. Kenny says we're all friends here. We can hang shit and take it. I get it.
Yep.
Jason Nichols says that's why I'm home here. Well, we appreciate it, Jason. It's definitely anyone's game, and that's what makes it fun. I actually think one of the European squads is going to win it this year.
It's right? A good possibility.
I really do. I think one of the European squads is going to have the best. Now, Team USA. Now, in women, it's down to two teams, right? It's Team USA and Team Canada. I do not see anybody else challenging those two, right? I do not see anyone else challenging those two. I'm looking at Germany. I'm looking at Czechoslovakia. I'm looking at Russia, right? Now, Russia does have enough professionals, but the KHL is not taking a break, so they're not as solid. But I just see one of those European companies, Finland at the Worlds has been, upping their game for a while now. And I could see Finland right now being the favorite. Mm-hmm. Right. I could see Finland being the favorite. I see Team USA somewhere around 5th or 6th. I don't see, I mean, they'll make the medal round, but that's it.
Yeah.
All right. I don't see them getting past, I see them maybe getting past the quarterfinals, but not the semifinals. Right. Maybe getting into the quarterfinals or into the semifinals, but I really don't, I just don't have a lot of them. I'm excited for the women's hockey too. I think this is now. I'll tell you what. I wish someone. Well, Tanner. Actually, I wish it was the COVID stuff. It's not the COVID. And here's the thing. This is the second time Beijing has had the Olympics. They had the Summer Olympics a few years back, remember?
Yep.
Right? When they had them a few years back, nothing said, nothing, right? There was a little bit of chirping about the human rights issues, right? Mm-hmm. Trump brought the human rights stuff up, and as soon as he brings something up, and I'm sorry if you are someone who is a right-wing person, that's fine. Your beliefs are fine. I have mine, but Trump brought it up, and then all of a sudden it's a big old issue, right? And it was enough to take that out. Chris, I do not see them getting the bronze, right? And it put enough pressure on Biden to back out. But he backed out. He didn't do a Jimmy Carter thing.
Yeah.
Right? Now, Jimmy Carter, I remember the 80 Olympics. I was so upset as a kid. I was so pissed off. Right? Because I loved the Olympic sports back then. Right? I loved it. I remember when in 84, I bought a VHS machine, right? And 50 tapes, and had figured out how to record all of the Olympics. I ended up recording like 20 tapes worth, right? But I recorded so much of the Olympics. I'd have 8 hours and then switch tapes and put another 8 hours. I loved it. I had so much. I remembered all of that. I loved the 84 Olympics, right? No, it didn't cost that much, but it was, my mom was laughing. She couldn't believe that I went out and I used birthday money to buy these tapes, right? I used my birthday money, right? I think back then a VHS tape cost like $3, maybe. Something like that. And I think VHS machines had gotten down. That's when on a VHS machine, when you had the little dial inside it, you had to turn the dial to tune the channel in. Right? To tune the channel in. Otherwise, you just recorded off a channel, whatever you had on. You had to put it on channel 3 and you just recorded whatever you had on.
Yeah.
But I actually figured out how to tune it in, and it tuned in different channels so I could set it up and go differently. So, yeah, that's the nut I am.
Yeah, my dad used to do that for me whenever I was a kid. He'd record all the Winnie the Pooh and Ghostbusters cartoons so that he could have a tape for me to just watch.
You're shooting for the stars, bro. Do you realize that's where your dream started? Not sure what you're talking about there, Jason. Right? No, I just I've been a sports person my entire life. Right? I really have. Tootie, get off of my feed. Right? Get off of my feed. You're asking people to pay. I don't want you on my feed. Please get off. I need to block you. There we go. Took care of that. How young was I? In 80, I was probably 11 or 12. If
it was 84, I wasn't born yet.
No, 84 I'd have been a little older than that. In 84, I was just getting into high school. So I was 13 or 14. I babysat then. So, I had babysitting money then. I got like $2 an hour to babysit 4 boys. Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't come around until September of 85.
I want to say ages 8 to newborn or something like that. Right. God, I hate when people do that crap. It pisses me off. Now it takes me out of my game.
I
appreciate that. I appreciate that, Jason. I appreciate that. I've been I try and I've wanted to be in school. I probably showed a propensity for acting and writing at a very young age. I remember in 2nd grade, we were supposed to do this play about a farmer, and I was supposed to be the farmer, yet it was a joke on me. We were never going to do the play. But I rehearsed and I memorized every single line. And I went to school that day dressed as a farmer to get laughed at. But then I would try and write stuff, but would always have these trouble with writing. Like I couldn't finish assignments and things like that. And I could sit and tell stories and things, but I couldn't put them on paper. And that's when one of my teachers realized that I had Gershman syndrome. And again, I don't blame them, but instead of, trying to give me a bit of encouragement or work me through it, they found workarounds. Well, the workarounds didn't help. So, but now I'm back to a point where I'm writing. So, or at least I'm trying to. And, I put that poem out in some veteran groups, and I've gotten some really, I haven't gotten a lot of response, but I've gotten some good response.
Mm-hmm.
So I take that, and, hopefully by Friday I will have my application done and get it submitted for the Writers Guild, and who knows what happens. I would really like to hopefully get picked up by these guys and get someone to help me, to teach me how to write a screenplay or how to write a pilot or something like that, script format, and get some, get something published.
Mm-hmm.
You never know. Or, my story I'm writing, I like I said, I think I said it yesterday, I could always, put it on my site for $1.
Yep.
You get 500 people, or it's $500 I didn't have yesterday.
Exactly.
I would be absolutely shocked if 500 people read it. So, right. My mind moves 1,000 miles an hour. Sometimes I just type things or just say them, and then I do that too.
Same.
Well, I appreciate that, Tanner. If you reach one, that's all that matters. And that's true. Just try and you do what you do. You do what you do because you love it. I love the sport of hockey. I love to write. I think I'm decent at it. I think I have a gift or a talent, and why not just keep trying it?
Mm-hmm.
Right. Oh,
especially when you enjoy.
Yeah. See, this is that cute Progressive commercial where he takes the sign and they got the runners. I always thought that they screwed this up. What he should have done is flip the sign over and point it the other way so the runners turn around and go the other way. But that's me. Well, guys, we hit our hour, surprisingly. I don't know how we did it. Any word about which game are you talking about? We're not scheduled to play until the 10th, so I don't see that being canceled at all. So, no. And then the All-Star game's probably going to happen. So I don't see that's out there in, there is no game tomorrow. There's no hockey tomorrow.
No.
Yeah. The Blues don't have a game till the 10th. And then, the All-Star game's in Vegas. So I don't think Vegas is going to hit with a snowstorm. I shouldn't show that. That's a good one. Mm-hmm. Don't think we know you have the talent. I appreciate that, Jason. I really do. I wish more people did, but that's it. Nope, no hockey game tomorrow, Miss Tanner. No hockey game
tomorrow. I wish there was a hockey game.
Have a great day. We'll see you on Friday, or at least I'll see you on Friday. No, we're going to take tomorrow off and enjoy the day. No hockey tomorrow anyways. We'll see you Friday. I will be on for the skills challenge. I will probably do a live talk about it as it's happening type show. So we'll see what goes. If you watch, you watch. If you don't, you don't. This is Guy and Ashley saying aloha mahalo and have a wonderful evening.